Hey folks, today is Monday, 6/23/2025. It's about 5:15 p.m. and I'm noticing a few things today. The market's bouncing back as it always does. Things settle down. Just like I said, this too shall pass. We've seen these things so many times over the simple 6 to 7 years I've been in this, and I'm sure those who have been in it for 14 years are just as used to this as I am. It's no big deal. It's an opportunity. If you want to stack and you know what you're buying, these are good opportunities. And so right now we've got XRP at 212. It was under $2 just yesterday, the day before. And so here we are. We have a nice little bounce back. We might still get some more dips. You never know. But I'm seeing some turmoil over at the Federal Reserve. It says, let me see, they're saying the Fed governor, one of the Fed governors, Christopher Waller, just dropped a not so subtle hint that July rate cuts are on the table. He called it good news, a good news rate cut, aka inflation's under control, growth looks solid, so now they might. You never know, but in another post I'm seeing somebody alluding to the fact that there might be like a little bit of a mutiny going on over at the Fed, led by two Trump appointees, Bowman and the aforementioned Waller. And it's basically because of President Trump's constant request for a rate cut. And I can see why. I mean, he wants the economy to take off. I think we all do too, because once that rate cut happens, it's good for all of us. So the odds makers had it, I want to say about a week ago, they had it at about 8% that there would be a rate cut in July. But now it's at about 25% odds that that's going to happen, or at least they're going to discuss it, right? So we'll see. We'll see what happens. You never know with these things. In other news on the ETF front, it looks like the odds makers are talking about different blockchains like Litecoin, Solana, Dogecoin, Cardano, Polkadot, HBAR, Avalanche, Sui, and Tron. Tron's a 60% likelihood that they're going to... No, actually, they don't even have a likelihood they're going to get their ETF. Sui is at 60%. The ones that are at 90% odds that they're going to get approved is Dogecoin, Cardano, Polkadot, HBAR, and Avalanche. And at 95%, we have 4 blockchains. We have a basket index, which has got what's it going to have inside of the basket? It doesn't say, so it'll just be a basket. But Litecoin is at 95%, Solana's at 95%, and of course XRP's at 95%. So chances are pretty good those are going to get approved here in hopefully within the next month. Of course, we talked about yesterday the hard dates. They're sometime in October. We'll see. We'll see if they wait till then. But it looks like everything's coming to a head, right? We've got these rate cuts being talked about, these ETFs, the end of the SEC case. All kinds of stuff is going on, and it's going to pop now, at some point. I heard something today from the Modern Investor, and I agree with it completely. People are going to get priced out at some point. It'll happen fast because these upswings for XRP, they're not small. They're huge. We went from 50 cents to $2 to $3, right? A little over $3. We've been hovering at about $2 to $2.30 for a few months now. That's pricier now. A lot pricier. 50-cent XRP was easier to accumulate, 2 for $1. Now you got to pay $2 for an XRP, a little over $2. And before you know it, I want to say this next upswing might be to $8 to $10. That's what they're saying is likely, and then the one right after that hits us right around $27 to $33. So we got 2 more legs up coming in, as far as I can tell. But I'm going to share this little piece of sound with you from the Modern Investor, and I want you to pay attention to it because it's true.
I can say with near certainty, a good 90% of you have no idea what you have in front of you. You're not understanding, and I say, and I don't use the term wealth here lightly. You don't understand the wealth that other people watching this are going to make and have forever. You don't get the opportunity that's slipping through a lot of people's hands because they're waiting for a dip. They're buying this instead. They don't want to pay it. Remember all those people years ago, XRP's garbage, I don't like XRP. And when it was at 1 cent, you let this is not how rich people act.
You have to think about it. Right now, $2 XRP sounds expensive. But what about November when maybe it's at $8? How are you going to feel about $2 XRP then? A little differently, right? You're going to kind of wish you could go back in time if you are of the mind to invest. That's a decision you have to make. Maybe you have some other great opportunity. Maybe some commercial real estate's for you, or some other business opportunity out there. Fine, pursue that. We have a lot of choices when it comes to investing. This one right here is one of the ones I have made. And I've only put into it a little bit of money. I've only put in what I can afford to lose. Because as risky as it used to be, it's getting less and less risky. As soon as these rules and regulations come in and legal regulatory clarity hits the market, the risk starts to get eliminated. And after that, there is still speculation, and the risk will be much smaller. And the life-changing gains won't be as great. Right? We're going to have that S curve. So we're down here, and we're getting ready to just take off. And so that's what he's talking about. Let's listen some more.
Rich people don't go, well, I like Tron because the guy who makes it, he has hair. Well, I like Ether because, it sounds like something from a video game. No, they buy what has the most prospects to make them money in the future, irrespective of if they like it or not. You know how many people own Apple stock, Amazon stock, Google stock, and they don't like the companies, but they look at the performance, they look at the adoption, and they go, okay, cool, we got to buy some? That's how big, rich money actually works.
And he has a point. You may not like me, I may not like Bitcoin, but it's going to make some money. The problem for me is that it's not going to make as much. I don't believe that will scale. I know it won't scale as much. I mean, for over the last 12 months, I can tell you right now, let me just give you the quick sample here. Boom. Let's go to the top 100. Bitcoin's up 66%. XRP is up, after this little dip, we're up 348%. I'm sorry, I'll take 348% gains over 66% gains any day of the week. You see my meaning? And especially since I know that's the only one with legal regulatory clarity, that's where my money is going to go. The little bit of cash I throw into this, that's where it's going to go. It's going to go to the best bet. That's just the way I think. You may disagree, you may agree, but you got to make that decision for yourself. But these little shakeouts, these little dips, they're golden opportunities. There will be another bear market, I believe, but not for all blockchains. I think for some of these with utility, especially the ISO 20022 coins, that ship's getting ready to sail, guys, because this swing up is going to be enormous. Look at Circle. Circle, that stablecoin company, right? The USDC. They opened at 30 some odd dollars in the stock market. They're over 200 now. You need $200 to get a share of that when it only cost $30. A lot of people got priced out. And that'll happen with digital assets. I think even faster. So let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, bookmark. We'll see you on the next one. Till next time, adios amigos.